They say dogs are a man's best friend. While owning a dog as a pet is definitely no easy feat, it definitely comes with its fair share of rewards. Dogs are some of the most energetic, playful, and loyal companions that you can ever find, even more so than most humans. But of course, unlike humans, you can't always know what your dog is feeling. So what do? You observe them, especially when they're sleeping. What most dog owners don't know is that your dog's sleeping position can reveal more than you know, from cuddling up against their owners to the Sphinx and crazy legs. In this video, we're taking a look at the real meaning behind your dog's sleeping positions to help you understand them better. The Superman. This is one position that will definitely let you in on your dog's personality. The Superman, or in this case, the Super Dog, is a position where your pup will lie down on the ground on its belly, with all four limbs spread out. And while this might make your pup look as adorable as ever, the reality is that when a dog sleeps like this, it usually means that their sleep isn't all that deep. This position helps them spring up at the smallest of sounds, ready to pounce. Now, this can either mean that they're too energized or excited to want to sleep soundly, which is completely fine. But if you notice your dog sleeping like this way too often, you might need to think about what's causing all the distraction that's not letting your dog sleep properly. The Sphinx. Named after the great Sphinx of Giza, this position is when your dog sleeps with its front legs extended out in the front. This is another position that allows your dog to sprint up in a matter of a few seconds. Now, when you see your dog sleeping like this, you'll know that this position isn't the most comfortable, which can either mean that your dog is just taking a short nap or something's bothering it to the point where the pup just can't sleep without being anxious. This position means that your dog is worried about missing out on something. More often than not, this position usually indicates that your dog has a fear of missing out on spending time with you. So try and be around for your little pet as much as you can to make them feel loved, and you'll see that your sleeping position gradually becomes more relaxed. Dogs who sleep in the Sphinx position are usually guarded and loyal, which means that they do just about anything to protect the people they love. Curled up. This position is usually observed in dogs who have been newly adopted. As a natural instinct, dogs want to protect themselves from any kind of harm that might come their way in an unfamiliar location around unfamiliar people. In the curled up position, your dog tries to take as little space as it can by curling itself up in a small ball and tucking all of its limbs under its body. What's more is that your dog will also curl up its tail to the point where it almost touches its face. This helps your pups retain the position as tightly as they can to protect their vital organs. At the same time, it restricts all movement, creating a sense of security for your dog. In this case, what you can do is make sure that your dog feels at home. If your dog doesn't like sleeping in a room where strangers might enter at any time, give your dog a space of its own, where they can keep their toys and treats to feel like the place belongs to them. Never try to put your dog in an uncomfortable and unfamiliar situation, because it will only result in their sleep cycle being disturbed, affecting their overall health. Dogs who sleep in this position are usually very loving, but it takes them some time to warm up to new people. Crazy legs. While this might seem like a funny position to be sleeping in at first, what it really means is that your dog is happy and familiar with their environment, which means you're doing a good job as a pet owner. When your dog lies down on its back with its paws in the air, it means that air is reaching all parts of their body to keep them cool and relaxed. Dogs sweat through their paws, and when they sleep with their paws in the air, it helps them cool off faster. At the same time, this position is an extremely vulnerable one to sleep in, considering that your dog's entire body is exposed. But all it means is that your dog trusts you enough to keep it safe no matter what happens. Dogs who sleep like this are usually extremely independent and confident in their own selves. So, once your dog stops sleeping in that position, that's when you should start worrying. Raised head. Your dogs will usually do all they can to make themselves comfortable before sleeping, so you might not pay attention when they start looking for elevated surfaces to rest their heads and necks on while they doze off. And while it may not look like a pretty normal sleeping position, the truth is that when your dog sleeps like this, it's usually because it's having some trouble breathing. So when your dog starts sleeping with its head or neck raised, keep an eye out for any symptoms like shortness of breath, fatigue, and an overall lack in activeness. Breathing troubles are usually indicative of heart diseases, which means that you might need to take some quick action if you find your dog sleeping in this position more than often. Burrowing. Sometimes you'll find your dog buried in a huge pile of clothes or sheets as they doze off. And while you might not think of this as something serious, what it usually means is that your dog is having trouble feeling secure, which is why they need all of these heavy things to surround it while they sleep. Personality-wise, dogs that sleep in the burrower position are usually very affectionate. But at the same time, they are needy and need lots of comfort, affection, and warmth to fall asleep. And when they can't find it in the form of their owners or other dogs, they usually try and create it through burrowing themselves under blankets, pillows, and clothes, which makes them feel a little less anxious. So if you find your dog sleeping like this, try and pay some extra attention to them and make them feel loved as much as you can. Back to back. The back-to-back position is when a dog sleeps with the back touching either your back or the back of another animal, most commonly another dog. Dogs who sleep like this are usually extremely loving and want to express their love as much as they can. Usually, dogs sleep in this position with people and animals that they feel the most comfortable with. This is the highest form of intimacy that a dog can express because when they sleep like this with someone, they're putting all their trust in them. If you have more than one dog, it's very likely that you'll catch them sleeping like this once they get comfortable with each other. This helps dogs bond with each other and with their owners to feel more secure. After all, we all need a little extra love sometimes, right? On the side. This might be one of the most comfortable positions you'll ever find your dog sleeping in. Dogs who sleep on their side are usually healthy, active, and comfortable in their surroundings. They are usually extroverted and love to make new friends without being scared of unfamiliar situations, which is why, no matter where they are, they're confident enough to sleep just about anywhere, lying on their side with their legs extended. This is one of the very few positions that allow your little pups to enter a deep stage of sleep, helping them rest well before they are up and running the next day. When dogs sleep on their side, they often have more dreams, which means that they will move and twitch a lot. But again, it's really nothing to worry about. The Snuggler. This position is specifically reserved for dogs with extremely loving personalities, to the point where they just can't get enough of their owners. Snuggler dogs like to sleep with their owners, usually lying on top of them or cuddled up beside you. According to research, wanting to cuddle up with someone while sleeping is a natural instinct in most dogs, which is retained from when they were puppies and slept in close contact with their litter. As they grow up, this becomes a habitual thing where they sleep with their owners to deepen their bond with them, while also allowing themselves to feel safe and secure as they doze off. However, if your dog is a cuddler and likes to hop into bed with you, make sure to invest in a mattress protector to protect your bed from any accidents. All right, comment below which one of these positions your dog loves to sleep in. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to InfoLab, and we'll see you in the next one.